Well, President-elect Donald Trump is rounding out his cabinet picks. Hi, everybody. I'm Jenna Browder with David Brody here, and we have today's Trump transition update.
Ooh.
This is December 15th, 2016. Well, today he announced Representative Ryan Zinke, Slinky.
Like Slinky.
Zinke of Montana as his pick for the Secretary of the Interior. What do you think about this, David?
Well, I think it's a good, it's a good pick. He has been consistently solid in all of these picks. I say all these picks. Okay, Rex Tillerson, he's going to have some issues there in the Senate. But Zinke, he's a good pick. Obviously, a former Navy SEAL, a guy that comes very well respected on Capitol Hill as a congressman. So you go down the list, and it's just like it's kind of like a who's who of conservatism a little bit. And so once again, I think that leaves him with what, a couple more left that he's got to pick? What is it?
Exactly. So there are 12 roles within the cabinet have been fulfilled. 2 remain.
Yep.
So we'll see. Those 2 are Veterans Affairs Secretary and then the Agriculture Secretary. So we'll see who he names.
Be interesting
for
to
those.
see if he goes with Heidi Heitkamp. Sounds
right,
like
a Democrat.
Yeah, sounds like Anna Green Gables.
I know.
Heidi Heitkamp.
Heitkamp. We'll see. Any predictions there for either of those? Do you think Heidi will get it?
I think she will. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Now he did say in the campaign that he would not appoint any Democrats to his cabinet. So he'll come under fire if he goes ahead and nominates her. So we'll see. But I think it would be a good idea. Look, obviously a female, a Democrat female. I mean, hello, that's like the Daily Double right there. In terms of a little bit of diversity, but beyond diversity, just kind of showing a little bit of an olive branch, if you will, to the Democrats. So I think it'll be interesting. I'm curious about press secretary. That's going to be an interesting one.
Press secretary. So there's a lot of talk right now about Sean Spicer.
Yeah.
He, of course, is the communications director for the RNC, and right now it looks like he's the front runner.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's definitely the front runner, and he's been around these Republican circles. He knows conservative politics. He also knows conservative policy, and it's really important that he'll be able to express that. But here's the problem with Sean Spicer. I love Sean Spicer. When I say love him, I mean I know the guy. Good man. Here's the thing. If I can just say, he's going to be another white male in front of the podium every single day, for Donald Trump. That could be a potential issue because he has so many in his cabinet already, especially in those key positions. So I wonder if they're going to look for a little diversity. I know Kimberly is a Guilfoyle, yeah, the 5.
Pronounce that okay?
Guilfoyle.
Yeah, on Fox News.
So
she's being considered.
She is being considered. So I know Katrina Pearson was. Oh, well, that was for communication director, I guess.
That was for press secretary.
For press secretary.
Yeah, press secretary. Communications director. There are a few people whose names are circulating. Jason Miller. He, of course, was the Trump communications campaign team.
Right.
So it looks like he might be the front runner there. Laura Ingraham, a lot of you know her from Fox News, and she's also a syndicated radio talk show host. And then Monica Crowley, also on Fox News. Well, he's tapping the Fox News crew.
Yeah, I know, and he kind of dissed Fox News a little bit, but he watches the shows, Jenna.
He does.
I watch the shows.
He does. He's well watched.
He's well watched, and he's well coiffed.
Probably well read.
He's
well coiffed.
Thank you very much.
Well put.
Well, thank you very much.
Right, well put.
That's quite an ad lib by you, by the way. That was very nice. That was very nice.
So Kellyanne Conway, his campaign manager, we'll see what role she gets. She's being a little bit coy about it.
Yeah,
Nobody knows what she's going to do, but she will have some role in this administration. We'll just have to wait and see.
Apparently, she turned down the press secretary job, so I thought that was interesting because we had talked. I think you were the one that said she'd be a great press secretary.
She would be great.
Yeah,
she would be terrific. But she said to expect later this week senior staff appointments and deputy secretary appointments, and then deputy secretary appointments. So we'll see.
It would not. It would not surprise me if they actually come out and name the press secretary before Christmas. Later this week, maybe early next week. I think they're going to. And like I said, I had said all along that I had thought Sean Spicer was going to get it because he's the most. I don't want to say trusted, but he knows the media. He knows how to deal with these folks. And, Sean Spicer is a little spicy, if you will. I mean, Sean Spicy is maybe what we should call him. Because he can get a little testy with the media. Those briefings will be fun to watch.
Yeah, he'd be able to hold his own.
Oh, yeah. No, he ain't playing.
Yeah. David, what do you make so far of Donald Trump's picks overall for his cabinet?
Solid as can be. Really, if you think about it, there's so many evangelicals in the cabinet, by the way. I mean, Scott Pruitt and Ben Carson and Betsy DeVos, and you can go down the list. No, I think Rick Perry as well. I mean, even folks like, I'm trying to think of his name now, the guy at the National Review, it'll come to me in a moment, But there are so many different conservative scholars who were skeptical of Donald Trump, saying, "Oh wow, these are actually good picks," because you know these folks are steeped in conservative policy. They know what they're talking about. These are not kind of wallflowers or folks that he just kind of picked off, you know, outsiders to the point where they know nothing. So I think it's pretty solid, but at the same time, he has a lot of outsiders too that have real-world experience, like Rex Tillerson and some others. So I think it's pretty good. What do you think?
That seems to be a common theme. A lot of folks who aren't politicians necessarily, but who have that outsider, a lot of business experience. A lot of folks who are experts in the oil and gas industry.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's going to be a big one because I mean, get ready for fracking, get ready for oil. What's the word I'm looking for?
Fracking,
shale.
Help
Thank
us
you.
out here.
Hello, shale, whatever.
Yeah.
He's going to open the whole thing up. He
Yeah.
really is. I think
Yeah,
he's going to do that.
Huge.
Oh,
huge.
Well, it's
Big
going to be.
league.
Now, are you saying big league or big league?
You can do either. He
Well,
does
what-
both. But I was saying big league.
Yeah. See, I'm more into the big league.
Yeah, I am too.
Big league, I don't get that.
It's a word, but it catches your ear wrong.
Right. Is that like an Urban Dictionary thing? I think?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, some more news of the day. It looks like Donald Trump's daughter, Ivanka Trump, is going to get an office that would normally be reserved for the First Lady.
I think we all saw this coming. I mean, you know, Ivanka in the West Wing of the White House. I don't think there's any question about it. Look, her and Jared Kushner are going to be the new power couple in D.C. I mean, they are. And we would like to, if you don't mind, excuse me for a moment, Jen, we would like to be invited to those parties, by the way. Hello? Can we get invited?
Shout out, yes, please.
I'll come like as a masquerade party like
Right,
that.
we actually have props today.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have the glasses?
Do you want the glasses?
I do. I like
I know
glasses.
you. By the way, just real
real
quick.
Santa hat.
Oh, I like that.
There you
Here
go.
we go.
There you go.
What come is this?
Christmas party.
Yeah, well,
We've been in the holiday spirit here.
we may be kicked out of the party if we come like that. No, they're going to be the new power couple. And Ivanka, look, it's going to be women. But here's the thing. Conservatives better get ready to take some Excedrin because she is going to be about women's issues. But women's issues means Planned Parenthood is just swell. And that's going to be a problem. She's also going to be for all of this global warming. I mean, her and Al Gore and global warming. So conservatives are going to have to, you know, do an Oiga Volt moment on that. So Ivanka in the West Wing sounds glamorous, and oh, look at this, the daughter in the West Wing. But I think conservatives are going to do some shout outs, not in a good way. I think. And so we'll see.
We'll see what happens. Another piece of news, the CIA investigation. Did you see this?
Yeah.
It came out that the CIA found that Putin, it looks like, was directly involved in hacking the U.S. election. And so Donald Trump, of course, went on Twitter this morning. He wrote, quote, "If Russia or some other entity was hacking, why did the White House wait so long to act? Why did they only complain after Hillary lost?"
Can I just say, Jenna, this is why Donald Trump won the Rust Belt of this country, the blue collar, because blue collar voters are thinking that exact same thing. He's channeling blue collar voters because they're saying, well, because the reports are that Obama knew about this in 2015, that Russia was hacking into our systems and said nothing and did nothing for almost a year or over a year. And so Trump's like, well, if that's the case, like he said today on Twitter, then why didn't he say anything? Why didn't he do anything? And that's the common sense blue collar, you know, well, why aren't you doing anything? He kind of taps into that. And having said that, we'll see. I mean, Trump is always going to say, how do we really know they were hacking? You know, he's going to say, well, or they're going to say that the CIA intelligence officers said this, but, you know, Trump's always going to say, but we really don't know if they actually did the hacking. So I think this is going to go around and around in circles.
Well, it looks like his approval ratings are really higher than they've ever been. If you look at this,
What is it?
A new CBS News poll: more than 34% of Americans think Donald Trump will be a good or very good president. 23% think he will be average. 36% think he will be a poor president.
Here's my reaction.
But I think that
I'm
same
just laughing. I don't know.
Right. I think that same poll, 7 out of 10 Republicans thought he would be a good president. I think 6 out of 10 Democrats thought he would be a poor president. So it was partisan.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Very
welcome
partisan.
to the United States of America.
Welcome
Or as the
to the
Time magazine said, divided states of America.
Divided States of America.
Yeah, he didn't like that
Yeah.
cover, by the way. You know, Trump did not like that cover.
No, he didn't.
No, it was like he was Man of the Year. It said Time magazine, you know, Donald Trump, Man of the Year, and then it said Divided States of America. And so he was like, do you really have to go say divided states? But we are in very much a divided country.
Very much so.
So anyhow, I don't know.
Well, we are about, let's see, a little more than a month away from Inauguration Day.
Wow.
So,
What are you
yeah.
doing on Inauguration Day?
Well, it's my birthday.
Hello. I did not know. I knew that. Because you remind me every day. No, you don't remind me every day.
Just about every day.
All right, every other day you pretty much.
But you know who I think is going to be here? Is my twin sister.
Get out of here! I did
so
not know that. No, I knew that as well. Really.
I love you're surprised. You're so good at acting surprised.
Thank you.
Even
Thank
when
you
you're
so
not.
much. Right. Even though I'm totally faking it. So your twin sister was born on the same day as you. Fascinating.
She was. Well, it was close. She could have been. We were born at around 1 in the morning, so it could have been
Wow.
the 19th and the 20th, but it's both the 20th.
But because you knew back then that
We knew.
Trump was going to have the inauguration on January 20th.
And we knew we wanted to celebrate on the same day.
So you calling in that day? You're like, sorry, it's my birthday. Can't make it to the inauguration.
Well, I'm thinking we should do a B&B with Allie.
Let's bring her here. Can we
Okay.
do that?
Would you guys like that?
Yes.
I think it'd be fun.
Oh, let's totally do that. We could
Okay.
like move, like we could
We'll
literally.
have 3 chairs and we'll bring her in.
That would be fantastic.
Can we get a birthday cake?
Yes, and you know
And
what?
Look, it'll have to be patriotic though. That's my one condition.
So you have conditions on the birthday cake.
Yes.
I like it. So patriotic birthday cake, and I'll be expensing that, by the way, just so you know.
White frosting and white cake.
Why is that? Is that
That's
that's Allie's
classic
thing?
birthday cake.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you just want. Oh, because I'm sorry. Inauguration patriotic. I
Yes.
missed it. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
My bad. Gotcha. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
We digress. I think
Yeah.
that's all we have for
No,
right
that's
now.
it.
Is
So
there anything you wanna
Allie,
add?
your twin sister has literally become a part of the Trump transition update today. Just so you know.
She has.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's watching, but
Hi, Allie.
hi, Allie. Well, listen, thank you everybody so much for joining us, and we will be bringing you these updates every day. So stay tuned to cbnnews.com and right here. All right.
See you, folks.